My name is Dr. Michael Roshal. I'm a physician, and for nearly 40 years, I've been watching people try to take care of their health. Some go to the gym. Some spend hundreds of dollars on supplements. Some simply try to eat healthy foods. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Even the healthiest foods can become harmful if you combine them the wrong way. No, I'm not exaggerating. I've personally seen people with perfect blood work, no underlying illness, end up suffering from bloating, fatigue, headaches, and digestive issues. And the culprit? Not fast food, not sugar, just regular meals made with good intentions, but poor combinations. Let me explain. Certain foods, when eaten together, start fighting inside your body instead of helping it. You're expecting energy and nutrients, but instead, you get inflammation, sluggish digestion, and a flood of toxins. So today, I want to show you 3 food combinations that you should never eat together, especially if you're over 50 or have a sensitive stomach. No diets, no starvation, no complicated rules. Just simple, practical guidance, what to eat, and more importantly, what not to eat together. And please, pay special attention to the last combination. It's one most people eat every single day without even thinking about it. I'll explain why that's a problem, but first, if you care about your health or the health of someone close to you, help us grow this community. Subscribe. And if you find this video helpful, leave a comment that says helpful. If you think it's nonsense, just type skip. That's how we know we're reaching the right people. All right, let's begin. Food combination number 1, dairy plus acidic fruits. This one surprises people. Yogurt with orange slices? Cottage cheese with pineapple? That sounds like a healthy breakfast, right? Well, not exactly. Dairy products contain casein milk protein that becomes unstable in the presence of acid. Acidic fruits like oranges, mandarins, kiwis, or pineapples trigger this very reaction. So when you mix yogurt and citrus, for example, that casein curdles, it clumps. Your stomach, expecting an easy digestion, now has to deal with a sticky, slow-moving mess. Instead of a light start to the day, you get bloating, gas, sluggishness, and, for some, even acid reflux. This isn't theory, I've seen it with my own patients. I once had a woman in her late 50s come to my office complaining of chronic fatigue, indigestion, and stomach discomfort. I asked her about breakfast. She smiled and said, "Doctor, I eat healthy. Cottage cheese with orange slices and a cup of green tea." I asked her to try something. Eat the cottage cheese by itself, wait 2 hours, then eat the fruit. No other changes. 2 days laterless bloating. 1 week later, better sleep. 2 weeks in, she came back and said, "Doctor, are you a magician?" "No, I'm not. I just understand how the human body works." You see, eating healthy isn't just about the food itself. It's about timing, combinations, synergy. So my advice is simple. If you love dairy, eat it. If you love fruit, enjoy it. But don't mix themes, specially not acidic fruit. Give it 2-3 hours between them. That small change can save your stomach a world of trouble. And if you're over 50 or have any history of gastritis, reflux, or stomach sensitivity, this tip is not optional. It's essential. Let me ask you, have you ever had yogurt with orange or pineapple? If yes, type "tried it" in the comments. If you've never done that, type "never." Let's see how many of us were doing this unknowingly. Now, let's move on. The next combination might shock you because it's how millions of people around the world start their morning. Food combination number 2, eggs plus coffee. Yes, you heard me right. Eggs and coffee, the classic breakfast duo. Scrambled eggs with a cup of strong black coffee. Omelette with a cappuccino. Perfect, right? Well, not quite. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening inside your body when you combine these two. Eggs are rich in iron, vitamin B12, and high-quality protein. Coffee, on the other hand, contains compounds called polyphenols, specifically tannins. Tannins bind with iron in your stomach and prevent it from being absorbed. So when you drink coffee right after eating eggs, especially egg yolks, you lose most of that valuable iron. It simply passes through your digestive system unused. That might not sound like a big deal until you start feeling constantly tired, pale, cold, or short of breath. That's mild iron deficiency. And it's much more common than people think, especially among women and adults over 60. I once treated a man in his early 60s who complained about fatigue. He was a retired engineer, sharp mind, clean lifestyle, walked every morning. He said, "Doctor, I go to bed early, I sleep 8 hours, I even take B-complex vitamins, but I still feel exhausted." We looked at his diet. Every morning, 2 boiled eggs, a slice of rye toast, and a big mug of coffee. He'd done it for 20 years. Blood test? Mild iron deficiency. Nothing dangerous yet, but enough to slow him down. My recommendation? Keep the eggs, skip the coffee for at least 1 hour. Or have your coffee first, then wait 30-60 minutes and eat your eggs. That's it. 2 weeks later, he called me. "Doctor, I feel alive again. I didn't know it was the coffee." Here's a simple rule. If you're eating iron-rich food segs, spinach, lentils, red meat tree, not to drink coffee or tea right after, wait at least an hour. Your body will thank you. Also, if you take iron supplements, never wash them down with coffee. That's one of the most common mistakes I see. Let me ask you, how many of you drink coffee with breakfast every day? Type "every day" in the comments. And if you've already stopped, write "I quit." You might help someone else make that change too. Now, let's move on to the third and final food combination. This one is the most common and, in my opinion, the most damaging in the long run. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, balance your blood sugar, or protect your liver. Food combination number 3, protein plus starch, especially at night. Let me paint you a familiar picture. Dinner time. You've had a long day. You sit down to a plate of grilled chicken with mashed potatoes, or maybe a piece of fish with rice, maybe beef stew with bread. That's what we call a normal dinner. But inside your digestive system, it's a war zone. Here's why. Protein and starch require very different digestive environments. Protein needs an acidic setting. Your stomach releases hydrochloric acid and pepsin to break it down. Starches, like potatoes, pasta, or bread, begin their digestion in an alkaline environment in your mouth and upper small intestine. So, when you eat them together, your body struggles. Acid cancels out the enzymes needed for starch. Alkaline saliva conflicts with the protein digestion. As a result, slower digestion, more fermentation, gas, bloating, heaviness, and in the long-term inflammation and weight gain. Now, if you're 20 years old, your body might handle this. But if you're 50, 60, 70, your digestion is slower, stomach acid is weaker, and your body no longer has the same tolerance. I once worked with a woman in her late 60s. She had joint pain, high blood sugar, and struggled to lose weight. She ate clean, no-fried food, no sugar, no soda. But dinner? Always grilled meat with rice or potatoes. We tried one simple experiment. Separate the two. She had grilled chicken with steamed vegetables. And if she wanted rice, she'd eat it separately, either for lunch or at least 3 hours apart. No calorie counting. No portion reduction. Just food combination. In 3 weeks, she lost 3 kilos. Her sleep improved, joint pain reduced, and her blood sugar stabilized. I'm not saying you should never eat protein and starch together, but if you want optimal digestion and better energy, especially in the evening, try keeping them apart. Dinner should be light, warm, and simple. Your digestion slows down at night. Give it a break. Try this for 1 week. No meat and rice together. No fish and pasta. Just protein with vegetables, or starch with vegetables. And see how you feel. If you're willing to give this a try, write "Challenge accepted" in the comments. Let's see who's ready to experiment. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Food combination number 1. Fruit after meals, especially after meat or heavy foods, ferments in the gut and leads to bloating, indigestion, and poor nutrient absorption. Solution: eat fruit before your main meal or as a standalone snack, ideally in the first half of the day. Food combination number 2. Eggs and coffee. The tannins in coffee block iron absorption from eggs, leading over time to fatigue and even mild anemia. Solution: separate them by at least 30-60 minutes. Food combination number 3. Protein and starches like meat with potatoes, fish with rice, create digestive conflict. Solution: try having protein with non-starchy vegetables, or eat starch-based meals separately. Now, let me be very clear. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to get every combination right every single day. But if you start being aware of these food pairings, if you make even one small change each week, your digestion, energy, and health will shift in a real, noticeable way. Here's what I suggest. Pick just one of these tips and try it for the next 5 days. Not all 3, just one. Then come back and tell me what you noticed. Remember, health is not about restriction. It's about wisdom. Knowing what you eat, when you eat it, and how your body responds. Your body is speaking to you every day. Through your energy, your sleep, your skin, your mood. Food is not just fuel. It's a signal. And sometimes, just changing the combination of foods you eat can be more powerful than any pill, supplement, or diet. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who might need it. Maybe your partner, your mum, your walking buddy. Sometimes, one simple tip is enough to change someone's life. And if you want to dive deeper into food, wisdom, digestion, and healthy aging, I made a follow-up video called "The Worst Foods to Eat After 50 and What to Eat Instead." Click right here on the screen or check the link in the description. You don't want to miss it. Take care of your body, and your body will take care of you. I'm Dr. Mikhail, and I'll see you in the next video.